Being 7 o'clock, we're ready. Will you join me for the pledge to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would you call the roll, Lisa?
Mr. Hand?
Here.
Mr. Grover?
Here.
Mrs. Sullivan?
Here.
Mr. Holchansky?
Here.
Mrs. Vanderwater?
Here.
Ms. Lozniak?
Here.
Motion to approve the meeting minutes of March 20th.
Moved. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Citizens' comments.
Andy?
Just want to thank the board.
Protocol.
Gotta go through the rigmarole.
You're not exempt, Mr. Bose.
Well, seeing the speaker doesn't work, if there is an on, I'll speak up. Just thank you for keeping the Tappan Street sidewalk on the community development program, and look forward to having some safer streets nearby, and keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andy.
Anyone else looking to address the board tonight?
Come on up.
I didn't like say it. I just wanted to say, all right, Lisa Jarmus, 415 Idlewood. I just wanted to say thank you for the new signs. It's helped a lot.
Really?
Oh, good.
A little
It's still,
bit.
yes.
Okay.
It's like 50-50. I left him a voicemail the other day to say thank you and all that. It's definitely an improvement.
Okay.
So you still have people that don't care, but it's definitely, we've seen a difference.
Okay.
So it's a start.
All right. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you just come just to say thank you and tell us good news?
Yeah, well,
Thank
I called
you
back
for
and
doing
left
that.
him a voicemail because then I was asking about the electronic signs, but then I did say thank you for the signs. and
That's
we noticed
awesome.
them.
That's fine.
I really appreciate that, as do every counselor sitting up here.
Positive comment.
I know, thank
Quickly
you.
tag on to that to update the board, which Lisa's already aware of. I did contact the vendor before calling back to her. There's a little bit of FCC issue going on with licensing. So now, I can't even remember if he said either June or July.
You told me June, yeah.
That's his latest, but you realize that that's 6 months from when we were first told. So I will keep you updated as soon as I know anything else, but that's the latest update.
Okay.
Thank you.
I guess we'll close citizens' comments then. And item number 1 is approve the vouchers in the amount of $45,471.32.
I'll make a motion.
A second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 2 is a motion to open public hearing for comments on the 2024 community development application, please.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll open the public hearing. Jason, I guess I'll kick it over to you to just kind of go over the projects we're putting forward.
Sure. This year, we're looking to apply for $50,000 towards the roof of the Campwood Senior Center. The Senior Center got $100,000 from the community
Office of Aging.
Office Aging,
Yeah.
thank you. And then found out that a roof is $156,000. So they approached us about helping out. We tried to do a joint application with them, but they had other projects, and this would hurt them on that. So our number 1 priority, pending your vote, is to go for $50,000 for the Campbell's roof, over $25,000 town match, which I think is open to negotiations after the fact for the other municipalities. Going back, we're going to go right through the 5-year plan.
Yeah, you can high level it.
All right. Since Lisa's here, our next year plan is maybe some traffic calming on Idlewood in the school zone. I'm not exactly sure what that'll take on. Maybe some more signing, maybe some narrowing. Highway Superintendent and I had talked about some speed humps, but there's a trade-off with those for reducing speed, but it also reduces emergency response times. So
We'll have
that's on
to.
the priority for next year. We will develop a plan by then. The next 3 years after that are possibly Seneca Knolls, the lower Knolls drainage improvements down there. We're getting some ARPA funds for that. Those got earmarked other places, which is a good idea. And then as Andy indicated, we had the Tappan Street sidewalks, kind of contingent on the Crego. project going forward.
Great. So that's what we're putting forward today. We will hear comments if anyone would like to comment either for or against the application.
For the application.
For. If there are no public comments, then I'll take a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Is there a second?
All right, or, yeah, second. Right, somewhere else.
It's okay, we're closing the public hearing. Then item number 3 will be approving the 2024 community development application and 5-year plan. Can I get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Second. So, any other discussion? The only thing I'll add, what Jason was alluding to, is that if, per our Canton Woods agreement with the town and the village, we share large capital projects. So if we get this grant award, we may be able to split the town match between the group. So, and I've had some preliminary discussions with Supervisor Rhodes and Mayor Stebbins about that. So, if there's no other discussion, all those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item number 4 is approve the CDS housing pilot and authorize the acting supervisor to sign the agreement. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
We've talked about this for a little over 6 months now. I did find out that they did not win their award for their grant from the state. So, but by having the pilot in place now, I think it'll strengthen their application. They plan to reapply, I think it's CFA probably, so opening in the next month. So we got pretty much everything we had wanted out of the pilot. It is a 15-year pilot. It can be extended if in 15 years that board wants to do so. We will receive at least $33,000 in revenue annually, and it has to stay, the project is required to stay in the usage as proposed. So it can't change hands and not be serving the purpose. So, which is senior ADA compliant units just over here on Buren Road. I don't know if I've missed anything. No, okay. Anyone else have anything to add on?
I just want to thank you for adjourning this for a couple board meetings so I could get through it, and I appreciate our attorney Nadine working with CDS to make us a few amendments to that agreement that I felt were necessary. So thank you for your patience on getting through that. I appreciate it.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 5 is recommend the Marion Meadows, Marion Gardens amended PUD be sent to the planning board for review. Can I get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Second. So this is speaking directly to, I get lost when I'm in the building. Okay, Van Buren Road. So right over here, I'm horrible. So just south of us here, Marion Meadows has been putting their development together. They've been working on this section towards 690 for townhomes. They now want to move those and come across Caserta towards Town Hall. So first step in the process is really just to have the town board punt it to the planning board for review. So that's what we're doing tonight, and they will go to the next planning board meeting when they're prepared to present their whole site plan, and then it'll come back to us for a final vote. So I think that's all we're taking action on tonight. Any other discussion?
Are they planning on a residential and a commercial PUD for that?
So right now it is both mixed. Okay. It is both mixed use as approved. One of the reasons they have to amend is because one parcel, they are adding a townhome that wasn't in the original plan. And then if they do purchase the town land between us, which is that wooded area, that's where they would extend both. They're leaving it open to both options. They've put forward a plan that has more townhomes, and they would also consider finding some commercial use, but undetermined right now.
And the other thing I got out of the email was they don't want a barrier. They want to take all the trees down.
They're still going to do a barrier. They want the whole 1.8 acres that we've sort of is basically the entire wooded portion between us and Caserta. Is that fair? Okay. So they may need to remove all the trees initially, but they were amenable to putting a barrier between the back side of the property and along Town Hall. So,
And I think that'll be covered in the planning board's review. I think they'll work with them to make sure that that's applicable to their new design.
So just to build on that, and for the benefit of the people in the audience who may not be familiar, excuse me, with planned development districts, the PUD allows an applicant to vary from the terms of our zoning ordinance, but to do that, they have to have a very specific plan. And so any plan that they propose is subject to approval, and the town board, as the body that will that'll approve that, because it's done legislatively, if you want that as part of the plan, you are the ones in control to require it. It can be recommended by the planning board, it can come back to you, but at the end of the day, if that's what you want, if you want a buffer, assuming it doesn't necessarily, they may not say, well, we'll agree to a 50 or 100-foot buffer because that will really seriously impede the amount of development. But if there is a tree line or some kind of vegetative buffer, that's something that can be put in there. And any time when you have a PUD, if you deviate at all from the plans that had been approved, and we've talked about this at prior board meetings, but if you even deviate from what the setbacks are by a few feet from what the original plan has outlined, you need to come back in for an amended approval. So that's why any changes, even if it's not a significant change in use or significant, it all comes back.
in fact, what triggered it was the one side on the south side of Caserta was originally a single-family home, and they now want to put townhomes there. So that was enough of a change to bring them back to the table. So
They did this before when they had townhomes that are on the, I'm doing a Darcy now, which is not this way, it's that way, but all toward right along 690 and the back end. They changed the footprint of the townhomes so that the setback changed by like 5 feet.
5 feet.
And they had to come back in for amended approval, just because of the size of the patios that they were putting on versus what had originally been approved.
any other questions, discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Going to the planning board. Counselor and committee reports and comments. I'll start with you tonight, Bob.
Okay. Today we had a highway committee meeting. It was very nice to go and take the tour through the garage. I've seen the last garage, and this one is a huge difference. I commend Doug and all of the town highway employees we have there. We had a good group of people there. We went through some of the projects that they're going to be doing this year. Jason touched on a few of those. There are a couple older equipment, a trailer, an excavator that at some point within the next few years we might have to start planning to budget for. I know the one thing that was brought up was the Harbor Heights, where they did the culvert or the drainage area. People were, just so everybody knows, that they are going to finish paving that most likely after school, because it's a little easier, I think Doug had said. Then we don't have the buses traveling back and forth. Other than that, that was a great meeting, and that's all I have tonight.
Wendy?
Do you want me to say something? I don't know. Okay. I have nothing.
Didn't one of you want to talk about the fence?
Oh, yes,
Go ahead.
sorry. I wanted to thank our Buildings and Grounds Department for the beautiful fence extension in the park at Harbor Heights. It looks amazing. We've gotten some really good feedback from the neighbors already. So kudos to our Buildings and Grounds team for assisting with that project.
Thanks. Mike?
I just wanted to kind of follow up with what Bob was just saying. Just a couple things we have to look forward to in the future is the equipment that we're going to be needing soon. At the meeting, Doug did talk about the Aquatech, is that what it was called? Jet rudder. Basically, it's a big piece of machinery that helps clean the drainage pipes, right?
They've got to be $500,000 though.
Well, about $500,000.
Oh my God.
And we need to be looking at that probably inside of 3 years at the max. So it's just something we have to look forward to that we'll have to replace soon. And then also, you kind of mentioned that the price overall, the prices of the trucks that they're using are just skyrocketing lately. So we really need to start thinking about putting some money aside to purchase new vehicles in the next several years.
Yes.
And I'll let Jenny speak on the Parks and Rec meeting. Parks and Rec.
You done?
Yes.
Next.
Sure. So we had a Parks and Recs Building and Grounds meeting last Wednesday afternoon at Van Buren Park. We went over a couple critical projects that are needed in their 5-year capital plan that are more urgent for sooner than later. Went over some projects that they are currently working on and just supporting the department. Heidi had mentioned that the Parks and Recs, the summer program, they have 89 reservations so far this season, so that's pretty good, and they're probably going to be getting more. So if anybody is looking to put their child in the summer rec program, please contact Heidi. Some of the critical projects that we had spoke on was the tennis court. We've got some issues with the ceiling of the tennis court and our basketball court. And I think I would like to set up a meeting for the 24th of April, which is the last Wednesday of this month at 3 o'clock at the Van Buren Park again, for our next Building and Grounds and Parks Rec meeting. And I know I have other things that are probably that we spoke on, but I'm good right now.
Do you have Camp Woods tomorrow?
Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, 7:45.
Excellent, have fun.
Thanks, Jen.
Roger?
I'd like to go on my behalf.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
I can go.
Or Roger might be able to.
Go to,
I am not able to make the Canton Woods meeting tomorrow. I have a
I can go.
work commitment.
I can go with you, Wendy. I'm good. What, where, and what time?
We'll work it out.
Okay.
Do you have anything else tonight, Roger?
Everything that I had is already said.
Excellent. Supervisor's comments. I don't really think I have anything else to add. No, nothing for tonight. Tug, anything?
Just real quick, that hopefully next week, after we get by these couple days here, we'll be pointing out the delineator stakes that we have in people's yards and whatnot. I do ask, please, to the public, don't take them out yourselves. One, we don't want them to get cut. Two, you'd be surprised how much they cost. We collect them all so we can put them back out next year. If you do feel the need to take them out, please just let us know and we'll pick them up from you. But we pick them up, that way you don't have to worry about, getting cut by an edge or something like that. But hopefully if the weather stays what it looks like for the future, we should start taking those out next week, and by the end of next week we should have them out and we can start looking forward to green grass and spring flowers.
I'm seeing high 60s next week, so I think you're good to go.
We've been there before.
Yeah, we have. It's February.
Mother Nature moves are like we go, so.
Jason, anything else engineering?
We take a motion tonight. The date.
Meeting? Lynn?
No.
Okay, unfortunately, we do have to do an exec session again tonight, so a motion to go into executive session to discuss a personnel matter.
Will there be action taken?
No action.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned.
Thank you everyone
Thank
for
you.
coming tonight.
Thank you for the positive comments.